Hey guys, how y'all doing today? Sorry you haven't seen anything from me in a while. I was laid up, as you know, for a little bit and working, and tried to come out here the other day and just got started, and then something come up and I never did get back to it. Anyway, today I'm going to try to fix that pull starter on that three-wheeler and just look around and see about a few other things. And I'll try to get you up to speed while we're doing all that. So, let's go. So there's a three-wheeler in question out there in the backyard. And I've got to bring it around over here and through the gate and get it out here. And I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. There it is. Jeez, what's wrong with me? I'm going to pull it around to the garage and see if I can't fix that recoil pull start compression release deal that's inside there. And in order for me to do that, I gotta put these guys in the house or they'll try to escape the minute I open the gate, which is over there in the corner, and push it out here to the garage. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna be up to here in a minute. But look at them eating dirt. Cut it out, man. You guys are crazy. Like they haven't been outside in a while. They need some vitamins and iron, I think is what they tell me. That's what I've heard. Hey, before I forget it, I just want to remind you guys, the next Sunday is daylight savings times, and there's also supposed to be a solar eclipse that day. November 3rd, mark your calendars. Alright? Okay. Man, I don't know, I don't understand. This is like, there's one ladybug on my wall right there. There's one on my camera right now, and there was one in the house just before I came out here. What in the world? It's the only ones I've seen all summer and spring or fall, whatever. It's kind of interesting. Wonder what that means. Alright, so here's the plan. I'm going to be taking this cover off, which houses this cable, which runs around to the other side to the compression release, which is actually right there. So when you pull on it, it flips like that. It just flips like that real quick. And right now it's not doing it. So it's making it a real bear to start. So I'm going to take those bolts out there and see if I can't finesse it back the way it's supposed to be. Okay, well that's what it looks like when you get it out of there. And it's got these little bitty screws to go around and hold this thing on here, which they were just about stripped. They were a bear to get out. And then I want to pull this up out of here. Which, if I remember right, we had a little trickiness with that. Goodness, little bugger just doesn't want to come out of there. It's coming, but it doesn't want to. And this is the end that pulls that release. And this is the spring. You see it here? Let me back up a little bit. You see it coiled up in here? And it is still in there the way we put it in there, which we didn't know how it went, so we just stuffed it in there any way we could to get it out of the way so we could get going. But that's incorrect. I got to pull that out of there. And get it straightened up, because it's all wrapped up on itself. It's two ways it can go. This is the spring itself. It can either go like that or like that. And one way is right, the other way will not work. So I got to figure that out. And what it does is it catches on this rascal, which just lays in here like that, and it has your cable end attached to it, and the spring comes up through that slot and catches the groove in this thing. And when you pull it, it pulls this slider, which I have in there backwards. Anyway, I'm going to give you the brief idea, and then I'm going to sort out all the details for myself. Okay, that little finger sticks through that slot right there, and your cable is pulling on this thing, but when you go to pull start it, it catches on that, and this spring twists and pulls that, and then when it gets up to the end here, it releases that, lets it fall back down like it just did, and then it comes back and re-engages itself. So the next time you pull it, it does it again. See how it's doing that? Well, that would be the right way to do it. So, and I found out also, it just wraps around this outer ring here, and I guess it catches on these little nubbins down in there. Okay, I'm going to quit trying to explain to you stuff I don't know anything about and see if I can make it work. So, we'll see. I'm going to put it back together as best I can and give it a try. Well guys, I have been monkeying around with this thing for hours. This spring that's inside here is supposed to catch inside that slot like I was telling you. And I can make it do that. However, the other end needs to catch in here, and I can't get it to do that. It looks like it'd be easy, right? But that's winding it up tighter, and when you get it all in place there, you can't do that because there's no room for it to go tighter. It has to go bigger, which means it has to come this way. And I get it all together and I try it, and it won't recoil, and it doesn't pull the cable, and so I take it back apart. I've been monkeying with this thing for, well, I had a little distraction in the middle of all that. Pat hollered at me and said the hot water heater was blowing water out of the top of it, so I had to stop and look at that, and our pressure relief valve had gone bad. And so we had to shut the water off to the house and turn the pilot light off and purge out the hot water and fetch a new pop-off valve. And I got a new drain valve while I was at it, and had to replumb all that. So anyway, got that done, and now I'm back on this again. And yeah, I didn't make any videos of that because I was just in, you know, when your house starts flooding, thankfully there's a drain system all around the basement. It's a little trough that goes all the way around the walls of the basement, and the water runs into it and then goes over the corner to the main drain, which goes into the septic lines that run off into the city water power plant or wastewater system. At any rate, but you know what I'm saying, when your basement starts flooding, you kind of forget to grab your camera. At any rate, so what I'm thinking happened is, I think when Steve and I were fooling with this out in the field, I think what we did is we actually got it wrapped inside itself. Like, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there, but taking it back through itself and getting these ends to where they come up on the opposite sides I think might be, I don't know. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to weave it back through itself, which I just did while I was talking. And see if I can't get it to go back in here. Because that's what's happening. That bottom one is not catching in that lip. And so it just wants to spin around and around and around. And it's not working. So I'm trying to fish this back in there one more time here. I mean, it looks, well, it doesn't look that easy. Actually, it's a mouse trap, man. But yes, that looks like that did it. It took me a while to think that, you know, why wouldn't that go in there? But I think, yes, it looks like it'll work now. Alright, so give me a minute to put this back together, and hopefully we're going to have success. Alright, if you can see the end of this cable, when I pull it, see how it pulls that in? That's what it's supposed to do. However, it still is not correct. Because it's making a funny noise and it's not acting smooth. And yeah, I don't have that screwed down with the cover on it. This cover will go on here and then screw down and hold it in place. And keep that part from spinning. But I really don't want to put those screws in there until I know I got it right. Because then I spend all my time taking those screws in and out instead of actually fixing the problem. Can you hear that? Something's not right. Something's still not right. I gotta keep monkeying with it. Man, I thought this was gonna be a quick deal. This thing's wearing me out. I went ahead and put the screws in it just to see. And it seems to be working. Pulls the cable. It hesitates just for a split second right at the first of the pull, and then it does what it's supposed to. So I'm going to put it back on the machine and see if it'll work. You know, I got nothing to lose, and I am running out of daylight, so let's see what happens. Okay, I'll set you down here so you can see. This is the decompression arm right here, and when I pull on that rope, you should see that thing flip. Should be in the key word there. Well, apparently that worked, huh? Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Man, I'm glad of that, because that's been bugging me ever since that happened. Let me show you something. Yeah, turn that off. I'm not going to ride or anything right now. It smells rich. I got the choke set wrong. See that box? Yeah. I got a package today from UPS from Northern Tools. I got a, you know, when you buy tools from them, they ask you to build an account and you end up putting your email address and stuff like that in there, and the next thing you know, there we go, now I can quit rattling that thing. Next thing you know, you're getting emails from them and they're telling you all about their sales. Well, you know, it's like going to the candy store. You always look and you always see something you want but you don't really need. But this time, they had something that I really did need, and the price, well, I just couldn't beat it. And this is just for all my machines I have sitting outside over there collecting rainwater and crap. I got some tarps, man. Can you dig it? 8 foot by 10 foot. Standard duty, lightweight, cheap tarps, you know. But I didn't want these machines sitting out in the winter again. They did that last year. It's not good for them. And every time it rains, I think, oh man, there goes my nuts and bolts. They're all getting rusted up. They had these on sale. Here's the story. I got 5 of them. All right, let me tell you the story. Hey guys, I was just in the house putting this movie together, and I realized I lost the footage where I was going to tell you that story about what happened. So I decided to stop what I was doing and come outside here and shoot this little clip and fill you in on the rest of the story. What happened was, I ordered them. They were on sale, on a one-day sale for $2.50 a piece. And they were normally like $4 or something, which is not a great savings, but it's enough to make it worth my while to go ahead and get them right now, you know, which I've been wanting to do that for a long time anyway. So anyway, it said calculate shipping, so I typed in my zip code and hit calculate, and it said we can't do that right now, call us, and gave me the area header number. And then it gave me the option to go ahead and place the order, and it said that it would not charge my credit card until they emailed me the following day and told me how much the shipping would be, and I could authorize the transaction. I thought, well, that's fair, so cool, I'll go ahead and do it because it's a one-day sale. I didn't want to miss that boat. And so I went ahead and processed the order. Well, the next day I didn't get an email, and I was kind of like, wow, that's weird. They're really screwing up, you know. And then the next day I did get an email, and it said your package is shipped. I was like, wait a minute, what the? So I went over there and I looked at my bank and see how much they drafted out of there, and they just took the $2.50 a piece plus the tax. They didn't take anything extra. I thought, well, that's weird. So I went back to Northern Tool on my account and pulled up that order, and they just charged me the $2.50 a piece plus tax and nothing else, and it still said to be determined on the shipping. I thought, well, that's just weird. Well, it's been several days now, and I actually received them, as you know, and still nothing has come from that. I never was advised of how much the shipping was going to be, so I guess it's just gratis, you know. It's like, well, cool, you know, hey, free shipping. So I just wanted to go ahead and tell you the rest of that story while we're telling stories, and that was just way cool, you know. I just didn't like the way it all fell down, or fell into place, you know, but it was way cool in the end. But, you know, if they had charged me $50 for shipping, I wouldn't have done it, you know, and the way they did it, they could have. So, yeah, anyway, just wanted to share that with you. So, you guys, thanks for watching today's events and hanging out with me and stuff. I really like it when you come by and check things out. And thanks to all my new subscribers. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard, all my viewers. Hey guys, and keep those comments coming, man. I love it when you guys, you know, chat back with me. And yeah, so we got that thing going. It's all good. So have a great night, and I'll see y'all later. All right, bye bye.